Scribble notes when I wrote these quotes. If I offend, pardon me, there's more of me to
back
grow.
again. Super excited to talk to you today. This is like a really fun topic for me because this is like giving back. This is giving back to the audience. Today we're gonna talk about being a new author and what tips I have for those people who are just starting out their journeys. But first, obviously, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. It's been huge. Subscribing is everything. Please subscribe. And leave a comment. What are you worried about as a new author? Because I'm really interested. So my first tip, it's the tip I would say to anyone that's trying anything new. Put yourself out there. The writing community is huge, and getting connected with other authors really helps. Not only does it help for you to like learn different writing strategies, different writing processes, but it also helps as far as building your awareness about what the industry is going through and how the industry is changing. When I first started writing, I didn't know nearly as much about ebooks and the importance of that. I didn't know as much about platforms and what platforms you place your book on and different offers and deals you can create and how those things kind of influence so much about your writing. But meeting other authors, talking to other authors, that really gave me so much more knowledge on just the writing industry as a whole. And I think that it helps any new author to get in contact and connect with other authors. The next piece of advice is really to give more than you receive. So what I mean is find a platform, find a space, find your spot on the internet or online that you enjoy, whether that's Reddit and posting in different forums, whether it's making a podcast yourself and interviewing other authors, or having a Instagram account, a bookish account where you're posting about books, posting recommendations, and talking to other authors there, blogs. Like, definitely take some time to find what spaces really help you on social media, connect with other people, connect with other authors, connect with audiences. I think it's super important to have those spaces because then you can give back. You can do blog for blogs. You can come on someone's podcast. You can invite other people onto your podcast, and you can build connections and create content together. All that stuff really helps when you're a new author trying to establish yourself, trying to get into the space and feel more comfortable wearing that title of author. This next tip is really it's something I think everyone should do in general, but definitely authors. Make a website. Make a website. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. You can use a template, but make a website so that there is a place for people to land, whether it's your website with your newsletter, but just a place for people to land to find all the content about you, learn more about you. There's nothing that I've struggled with more than reaching out to an author and trying to bring them on my podcast or interview them, and them saying like, oh, I don't have a website, and like all they have is an Instagram account. It's really difficult to be seen as a professional inside the space if you don't have a website. Websites are relatively easy to access. It's relatively easy to make if you spend a little bit of time. So definitely do that. Take the time that you need to make a website, to have yourself your own place online where you can post about your books, you can make blogs. You just opens up so much more opportunity in real estate if you have your own website, and it makes you look like more of a professional, which really counts in the author field. This next tip: trying and failing will become your new best friends. Yeah, you're gonna have trying and you're gonna have failing. They're gonna be hanging out with you all the time. There is so much that you will learn as an author, especially as a new author. There is a huge learning curve when it comes to publishing, when it comes to the process. Understand that going in. It's not going to be easy or simple. And even when it seems simple, by the second go around, you might change your whole process. Like, there's not a consistency there. So understand that you're going to try a lot. You're going to fail a lot. You're going to do ads and they're not going to work. And you're going to wonder why. Don't be discouraged. Is really what I want to say. Don't be discouraged when you're trying and failing, because those things they come hand in hand with success. And ultimately, that's what you're going to have the more times you fail. You'll be leading to bigger and bigger successes. And as a new author, it can be very discouraging when you're not getting sales, when your book's not doing as well as you want it to, when you're not getting as much traffic to your website, or you're not getting as much traffic to your Instagram account. Just know it takes time. It's a long process. and don't feel like you have to rush to be successful. Success happens in waves, and it's not always your wave. If you think of it as a surfer, right? You're surfing like these smaller waves. You're like, why is that person getting big air? Like, I want some big waves. It's like you have to wait. You have to wait until that time comes. You have to wait till your turn comes, and then eventually you will get there. So definitely just understand that you're gonna become best friends with trying and failing. This next piece of advice is that ultimately you need to understand that genuine connections matter more than money. um, Making connections with other authors, with the people in the community, with editors, it all matters so much more than how much money you can make or how much money you can save, because a lot of people, unfortunately, really swindle people who do freelance work. I've seen people who will ask for a sample edit of 1,000 words, and then they'll get 1,000 words edited for free from one editor. Then they'll go to another editor, get the next 1,000 words edited for free. And you're like, yo, you got 2,000 words edited for free. I get it. Like, you got your editing done for free. But at the same time, you're definitely not going to be someone that connects with those individuals and that those individuals feel like really add any value to them. So just understand that that's just not what you want to do. That's not who you want to be as a person. And you're better off, ultimately, you're really better off just paying the money you have to pay, keeping that connection, because you never know who that person knows or how that person is going to influence your life. And there's so many times where that takes place. Tons of authors who I've reached out to and interviewed and talked to that have gotten connected to like traditional publishing deals through other authors that they knew and were connected to as a recommendation. And that stuff goes really, really far. So make sure that you're being a good person and that you're understanding how important relationships are at the end of the day. And they matter a lot, not just in the writing field, but in life. In the last piece of advice, take risk. But above all else, take risk. Try things, fail at things. Just do it. When you're first starting out, it can be very daunting. You might want to do everything the right way, and that's normal. But recognize that you only start off once. Like, you only have this introduction one time, and then you start to really understand everything. So if there's something new that you really want to try, just try it. Like, it doesn't hurt to try something. It doesn't hurt to give it a shot. And if it doesn't work, then you move on and you go to the next thing and your life continues. But don't be paralyzed by all of the decisions that you have to make. Just try, take a risk. If it works, then it works. Don't take huge financial risk. I'd say that is my big thing. Don't say, "Oh, I'm going to put $500 into this paid review by Kirkus." It's don't do that. That's just too much money. That's a huge risk. It's not really worth all of that much. So like, that's something that I wouldn't risk. But if it's run an ad for $50, yeah, $50 sucks to lose, but at the same time, you're gonna learn so much by running this freaking ad. You're gonna learn so much about what buttons to click and how to do everything, and that's gonna make a huge difference. Running $5 a day and seeing what it does to your sales numbers, on Amazon, it makes a huge difference. You're gonna see, do you make sales? Is it worth this money? Is it worth me throwing more money into ads? It makes a huge difference, and just take the risk, because sometimes those things are worth it. And honestly, those are really the introductions to being a new author. I didn't want to touch on the writing nearly as much, because I think writing is a whole different process. Being an author and being able to connect and find these other means to be successful, I think that's really what I wanted to land on with this. And I think that's where we kind of did land on. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video, subscribe, leave a comment about questions or thoughts you have, and peace out.